Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today I'd like to go back to a country that I've personally not been to for quite some time, and that is the US, and take a look at their Supaco Menu 9 beef stew. So let's get this on the table and see what this pack contains. So, as you can see, I now have this US Menu 9 made by the Supaco company. Now, as we all know, Supaco is one of the manufacturers do put a date code on the bottom, and this particular one is showing 8169, so that's the 169th day of 2018, so it's only a couple of years old, and this particular one is the Menu 9 beef stew. Now these are well known now throughout the Ration community. They come in a strong, sturdy brown plastic bag. They're supposed to have a peelable seal at the top, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. This one looks particularly difficult. I can't get it to start, so there we go. And they do actually work best if you can pull from the centre, so we'll just give that a little try. It did go. So, what does this pack actually contain? So as I say, the main meal is the beef stew, so we'll just take out the contents and see what this pack contains. Now these are not wrapped in a second package, they are as they are. So let's see. So straight away off the top we have the main entree, the beef stew. That to one side. We have some pretzels. We have some filled French toast, shelf-stable Bridgeford bread. Never had one of those before. Be interesting to see what actually is in there. We have some blackberry jam. Put it to one side. We have peanut butter. There is some multigrain snack bread. Put it to one side there. Keep them all in shot. We also have some orange beverage powder. Orange. I'm sorry about the reflection or the glare there. See if I can just get that to slot at the top there. We have a nice accessory pack, which we shall have a look at in a moment. The standard M.R.E spoon. The heating sleeve with the ingredients and calorific value for the beef stew. And there's a little packet of hot sauce. There is the standard FRH or flameless ration heater, and a hot beverage bag. So this is the contents of the Menu 9 US Supaco beef stew. So let's get these out on a tray and see what they look and taste like. Now I have here on the tray the contents of this US Menu 9 2018 from Supaco, and I think the first thing we need to do is have a look at the accessory pack. Standard US style accessory pack, and I think these are getting pretty universally known now for what they contain. So straight off we have a coffee instant type 2. There is some iodized salt. I should just put that to the top in case I need a bit of salt. There is a creamer for coffee. We have the little packet of TP. There is the moist towelette. We have some sugar, which I'm going to use in a moment. Some cinnamon gum. And the standard little white tip booked matches. So let's just move some of those items which I'm not going to need. I'm going to move the matches out of the way. I'll move the TP out of the way. I might need the salt. I might need the towelette, but I'll put to one side for now. And I'm certainly going to need all of the coffee instant type 2. So I'm going to start there straight away. I'm going to make it just how I like it this time, which is complete with the whitener and the sugar. So I'm going to put in the sugar, and the whitener. Try not to spill it all over my table. And using the M.R.E spoon, I'll just make this to about half, 3/4 of a mug with the hot water to give it the best possible chance not to over dilute it. Okay, so the spoon little wipe. So that is a standard white looking instant coffee. Next I think we'll take a look at the electrolytes beverage powder. Carbohydrate electrolyte. It says mix in the pouch, shake, but because we have a glass I'm just going to use the tear open notch. Add the very orange fluorescent powder to the glass there. And again, using the trusty spoon, this time using the cold water, we'll just give this a little mix around, and we'll give it about the full glass. It does say for half of a canteen cup. This glass is approximately that size, so we shall use the whole glass full. It's a good mix. And again, spoon a little rinse there. So let's start opening some of the other items. And we'll have a look at these pretzels. Can't see a little tear notch anywhere. Oh, there's one there in the middle. So we'll just make use of that. And they just look like standard style pretzels. There is an oxygen absorber there. Let's move that to one side. We have the filled French toast. They're shelf stable from Bridgeford. We should get that open, have another look at that. So it's again another oxygen absorber. Nice looking fruit style loaf there, or slice there. We have some multigrain snack bread, so we shall open that as well. This one's actually fractured there, but it's made to look like a slice of bread, as if it's just been sliced from a loaf. We have some blackberry jam. We'll just take the corner off that. There's a little pair of scissors here, just use a pair of scissors to help with the corner of the blackberry jam. And we have a peanut butter. Again, this has been seen many times before now. My wife does enjoy these, so I don't tend to open them too much, but I will, because it's been a while since I've opened a peanut butter on video, so I will open this one. And again, I'll just snip the corner so we can save the leftovers. And finally, the main entree, the beef stew. Now, I didn't use the FRH. I am indoors, I'm inside the house, so I boiled this for about 8 minutes in a saucepan of water, and it does just look like a regular style chunky beef stew. There's a very nice smell coming from there. Very nice, very chunky beef and vegetable pieces. Try and get all of that out. So, where to start? I think I'll start where I normally like to start. We'll have a look at the coffee instant type 2. Certainly not the best coffee I've tried. It is an instant. It's not very strong. It's not very bitter. There's only just enough sugar to take away the coffee slight bitterness it would have had. It's an instant, recognisable coffee style drink. but personally I wouldn't say it's a super quality one, but it is a hot, comforting coffee drink. Now the famous orange beverage base powders. Highly chemicalized, highly coloured. It actually tastes of the chemical. It doesn't actually taste of orange, what I would call an orange drink. It is a artificially flavoured, very chemicalized, sweet, cold drink. Certainly doesn't taste natural, but it is a cold, refreshing drink. I think we'll have a look at these pretzels. Just like standard pretzels, which are pretty universal around the world, I think. Nice and crisp, nice and salty. Different to the UK style pretzels in flavour. They're just the salt on the crispy stick. In the UK, pretzels tend to have like a Marmite flavour. I don't know if you've ever tried Marmite. It's a well-known, notorious English delicacy, if you like. But luckily these don't taste of the Marmite where the English pretzels do. Personally, I like these a lot better, but they're nice and they're crisp and they're salty. I think it's now time to take a look at the actual stew. There is large chunks of beef, I can see potato, carrots, peas. Let's just try some of the beef cubes first. It's soft, it's not chewy, it's very, very tender, very, very long time stewing. You could eat this without any teeth. It is so soft you could just use the roof of your mouth and your tongue. But nice gravy, only just slightly flavoured, just slightly salted and peppered. Let's try some of the vegetables there. That was the carrot, some of the potatoes. Personally, I would have liked a little bit more pepper in there, the seasoning. It's only just salted. The gravy is nice, it's rich, it's thick, beefy. I am actually, on this occasion, going to add a little bit of the salt. I think it does require a little bit more seasoning for my own tastes. I'll just give that a mix in. Salt does add flavour, and if you're not watching your salt content, for me that's better. A little bit of black pepper would also help. I don't ordinarily add hot sauce to my stews. I do like my stews to be natural flavoured of the beef and the vegetables, but because I have some, I'm just going to add a little bit of the hot sauce. Again, I'm not going to add too much because this will become my brunch. It's just gone beyond breakfast, it's not quite lunch, but I will be eating this, so let's just try a little bit of that hot sauce there in the stew. Actually, it's quite peppery, so with the lack of pepper, that hot sauce has actually added the extra little bit of seasoning. Not overpowering, I didn't put too much in, but it has added that pepper kick. So that's a very nice addition, most enjoyable. Very enjoyable. Now, I think we'll have a look at this multigrain bread first, I think. So it's quite dry, easy to break, so it already snapped. Let's have a taste on its own. Very sort of plain bread flavour, very nondescript. Difficulty knowing this is a multigrain as opposed to just a white flour, but for shelf stable bread it's recognisable as just that, a piece of bread. Let's try a little bit with some of the stew. Nice, bulking agent, helps give that stew a little bit more of the lift, a little bit more of bulk and substance. And probably you wouldn't normally try pretzels in stew, but I have some. So just because they're there, I'm going to try a couple, just give it a little bit of crunch. Surprisingly, they go pretty well. A couple more in there, just add some crunch, some extra texture, with them being just simple salted flavour. Again, addition of the bread, addition of the pretzels, just gives another dimension, another bulking agent. Very good, go well together. Let's take a little look at this French toast. So it snaps nice and easy. So it's filled French toast. Sweet, nice scented, soft, still moist. I think a little bit of this blackberry jam would just help set that off. It's perfectly edible, tasty as it is, but I'm just going to try a little bit of the blackberry jam on some of the French toast there. Good quality jam. Nice, thick, goes exceptionally well on the French toast there. I'm going to put a little piece of the peanut butter next to it. So peanut butter, jam, PB&J on some French toast. Good all-round combination. Peanut butter is thick, contains a lot of peanuts, good quality, eaten in combination with the French toast is a nice, sweet, tasty pudding or after dinner bit of sweetness. Back to the coffee. It's a nice warm coffee flavoured coffee style drink. So apart from the gum, which I've seen many times before, I'm not going to open this time. They're usually crispy shell. The red are cinnamon flavoured, quite decent quality gum. I am going to finish this off for my main meal, so I shall be saving the gum until after lunch, but this has been seen over and over again in all the US M.R.E rations. A good quality gum, nice crisp shell, being the red packet, it's cinnamon flavoured. So quick recap. Coffee, type 2 instant, my own personal opinion, not the best quality instant coffee out there, but it is a recognisable instant coffee style drink. The orange, unfortunately for me, this is always my disappointment in the US M.R.Es. The cold drink is highly chemicalised, chemical in flavour, chemical in colour. It even stains the sides of the glass. I don't know if you can see that. It leaves a chemical residue. It is a chemical orange flavoured cool drink, but just not the best out there. Pretzels, nice, crisp, good quality pretzels, just simple salt flavour sticks. Actually went very well mixed in the stew, gave it an extra crisp, an extra crunch, an extra dimension, but a good quality pretzel. Blackberry jam and the peanut butter, both good quality ingredients. The blackberry jam was nice and thick, good taste of blackberries. The peanut butter, again, thick, creamy, a lot of peanuts in there, good quality, worked well together on the French toast. The French toast, filled, sweet, it is soft, shelf stable, only a couple of years old this one, so it's still in its prime. A nice sweet after dinner sort of dessert, especially with the addition of the peanut butter and blackberry jam, just to help lift. the multigrain bread, difficult to actually tell it is a multigrain. Just very similar to a simple white flour bread, but that said, it is a good base, a nice decent extra bulking agent for the stew. The stew, large chunks of beef, plenty of vegetables, they're nice and soft, all including the beef. My own personal taste, I did need to add a little bit more salt. It was only just on the seasoned. The addition of the hot sauce also gave it the missing little bit of pepper, even though it being hot fiery pepper did enhance the stew, but it was a decent good quality stew before, just like, in my opinion, slightly light on the seasoning. So I'm going to leave it here. Overall, a very enjoyable meal. Certainly welcome out in the field, and I would have this one again. So I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you and goodbye.